Bulletcast for life.
Get up! This is a revolution! This is our time to rise! Look deep within your mind, look deep into the hate in my eyes. We are the elite, and you are the weak. No matter how hard I fall, I'll get back up on my feet. Red alert, this is gonna hurt. When your face is in the dirt, you'll know your death is what I seek. We are the elite, and you are the weak, and I will always get back up on my feet. Why are they alive? You are the way.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, the microphone Messiah, Phillip Brandon, joined by the Canadian Destroyer BT, Brandon Tanguma. We are here to recap another week in the world of pro wrestling sports entertainment. BT, Brandon, what's going on, man?
Hi, guys. Another day, another week. We're here.
Gotta bring the energy.
I bring the energy later on in the show, you know.
Gotta bring the pizzazz. I had to tell my kids this last night as we took a loss to Hayward High.
Not Hayward High. The
Yeah.
Farmers. You can't be losing the Farmers.
Hey, brother, man.
What kind of nickname is that?
Yeah, I mean, we wrestle your alma mater in Arroyo next week. We'll see.
Uh-oh. Watch out.
We shall see. I had to tell them, we did senior night, we did entrances. I'm like, guys, you gotta bring the. Shout out to the one kid. He did the Batista entrance, and I popped big for that. Yeah.
There you go. See, you just gotta have one. And Phillip's that one. He brings the energy. I bring the recording equipment. That's all I'm good for.
I mean, I have a mic right here.
The recording software.
Sure, yes, of course,
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
Let's get into TNA. They had their debut episode on AMC. Dixie Carter got booed. AJ Styles showed up. Frankie Kazarian lost the TNA World Title to the Spin the Block of Mike Santana. Daria, the former Sonya Deville, the criminally underrated. She is now an authority figure in TNA, and her first signing was the former Cora Jade, Elena Black. A lot happened on this show.
Yeah, a lot. I don't watch, unfortunately. I mean, I'm one of those people that can't watch TNA because I don't have access, but now I have AMC, so I am kind of in that boat of people who were able to check out TNA for the first time in a long time. And unfortunately, I don't think it was the greatest step forward for TNA. I felt as though they kind of relied a lot on like those former WWE people and just like, hey, you know this person, you know that person, and there were some segments that I didn't think were all that great. You know, they ended up, finishing, I think, pretty well with the Santana title win over Kazarian.
It was the debut episode, so maybe you use that star power, but moving forward,
I thought they started off good with the trios match and AJ Styles, and the ending was good. The middle hour and a half with there was Perez Hilton in there with the Elegance brand.
Yeah, I didn't even know Perez Hilton was still relevant.
I don't think he is, but he was
didn't
on
know
the show.
I didn't know it was 2009 still. Right?
Ryan Nemeth was interacting with these people I've never heard of before.
Candice Michelle was there. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it didn't make.
How long was the show? 2 hours?
It was a 2-hour show. I will say in the middle I did like the women's segment with the champion, and Soruk and Zarya had to fill in because they had some visa issues, I guess, with because they're also in this awkward position where they're doing this debut show, but then they're also building their pay-per-view Genesis, on Saturday, so they're kind of like trying to two things in one show. And they were put in a tough position, and I don't think it was the greatest show to get people enticed. At least personally, I didn't think it was that great of a show.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see. How it carries on. Yeah. Outside the ring, Powerhouse Hobbs is apparently going to WWE. These are the rumor mills. You know how I am about rumors. I don't believe it until we see him standing next to Triple H pointing at him, or we see him in the Performance Center or on SmackDown, NXT, Raw, etc., whatever. Powerhouse Hobbs, I mean, a guy who was grinded on the Bay Area indie scene for quite some time. made it to AEW, had a start stop career there, we can say. The TNT Championship. He became a member of the Ops with the Trios title. I didn't even know when did they stop showing him on TV.
Well, they're gonna have a show, or they taped Collision. There's gonna be a trios match, a trios title match. I haven't seen spoilers for it
Are they
specifically.
still the Trios champions?
They are
Or
still the trios champions, and I've heard that there is something that would suggest that Hobbs is no longer going to be a part of AEW anymore.
okay,
So this came out kind of before Dynamite or during Dynamite, and it seems like he not it's not confirmed. It's not like he's signed with a contract or anything like that, but it just seems like people in WWE are high on him, and it seems as though he will be jumping ship. And as you said, friend of the podcast, we've talked to him. We've seen him at these indie shows, and I don't know if he's the best fit for WWE, to be honest, because I think he stands out more in AEW because he has that size that's that
well,
AEW doesn't have. But he goes to AEW, he goes to WWE, like you've seen him. Like, yes, he's a big guy, like wise. He's not that tall. I feel as though he's not gonna like stand out as much if he's in WWE. He's almost kind of, it's easy comparison because they both wrestle together, but like a Jeff Cobb type. I feel like he's in that same boat where he's a stocky big guy, but he's not the tallest guy. And he can't be like that
well,
overpowering figure he could be in
Powerhouse Hobbs
AEW.
is taller than Jeff Cobb.
I know he is, but he's
Yeah,
not like.
it
But
just
if you put
depends on
him
where
next to Randy Orton or Drew McIntyre, he's not going to overpower them.
it depends on where you put him. It depends on which we got to talk about a new star going up against Randy Orton, where I felt like it went well. We'll talk about that with SmackDown, but it just depends on where you put him. Like what NXT lost a lot of talent over the past like 2 weeks. Throw him there. Throw him there. Like what's going on with the North American title scene? Throw him in the mix right there. Boom.
And we do know WWE likes to push those AEW people out the gate early just to kind of prove a point. Now, will he be more Ethan Page than Rusev? We'll see. Or Andrade, But interesting. I'm happy for him. Hopefully he can. Even though I'm skeptical of what his upside could be in WWE, I still hope he can be something and he can do some good work over there. I'm just
Look,
cautiously optimistic, I'll say.
look, man. I mean, it comes down to it. There are those guys who are absolutely, despite whatever is thrown at them, they make it work and they're undeniable. Powerhouse Hobbs, he's got the charisma, he's got the size. Brother can work. So let's if he does go there, let's see him do good business. Hopefully, AEW apparently signs the Rascals, all four of them.
Yeah, it's beginning of the new year, so we got a lot of movement in terms of signings here. It's kind of like all the news, to be honest, this past week. But yeah, they signed the Rascals. This one came out, and they had a little graphic for them. I'm intrigued. I mean, I haven't like seen too much of them as a total because I didn't really watch TNA all that much. But I've seen clips here and there. Obviously, when Wesley was on NXT, I thought he was talented. I forget what his name is now on outside of WWE. But
He went to what was it? Desmond Xavier. He went back to his name.
yeah, so I mean, the tag division I think is lacking in AEW, so I think they could be they can be a good spot there. Also in the trio scene, if they want to do something there, that can be fun. Singularly, I don't see them kind of standing out. They could, it's
I
there are a
don't know.
lot of.
Trey Miguel had a nice little singles run in TNA and on the Indies. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
I mean, the thing is, like, there are a bunch of talented wrestlers, but AEW has a lot of talented wrestlers, and I could, Josh Alexander, you thought he would be something, and he's found a nice role, but he's not going to be the guy
Yeah, that
in AEW.
that kind of the walking. I just felt she just came in like a killer, man.
I mean, Speedball Mike Bailey, I think he's found a nice lane for himself in the tag scene. Not everybody has to be a world champion. Some guys can kind of,
But isn't that what you get in the business to do for? Isn't that what you do this
exact.
for?
I mean, not everyone can be world champion, and if you can
That
find,
is true. Not everybody can be, but you should work hard and aspire to be.
yeah. But I mean, like I said,
What's
there's
that?
so many talented wrestlers. I just don't know, and there's so many like literally people. There's a lot of people on AEW that I just
What's the?
hopefully they can find their. I think they're better off if they find a lane in the tag or trios division.
That gets oversaturated too. Because if you bring the Rascals in, and then you got the Don Callis family, and then you got Blackpool Combat Club, and whatever is going on with that, and then the Ops, and then
You build it up, you can have their war games or anarchy in the arena matches they like to do. And if it doesn't include the elite, which it seems like all these matches do, and you're able to kind of, make it feel special, then I think that's a positive because I think a lot of these special kind of gang warfare matches that involve, the elite and Swerve and kind of these same people, the Death Riders, Blackpool Combat Club. Like it's been a lot of the same people these last few years. And if you can kind of put some new blood in with these groups, I think that would definitely help out the product.
that is true. It's just I hopefully those guys that we mentioned, hopefully they do reach something else besides singles and trios, or besides trios and tag. Hopefully they get some singles shine, man. Because Josh Alexander, I mean, that dude is he's a he's a machine. He's a walking weapon. Look, I hope he gets uh, a nice singles run in AEW. And the same for Speedball Mike Bailey, who was one of the best performers in the world. What's this next thing on here?
Well, it's a continuation. AEW also signed Persephone and Mascara Dorada as well. I think they have like a dual contract where they work uh, CMLL and AEW. But if you've seen, Persephone, she had that match with Mercedes Monet a few months ago. I forget if it was at Forbidden. It would make sense if it was at Forbidden Door, but she's a super talented wrestler, and I think she's someone that WWE could do something with. She's got a good look. She's got good wrestling ability. And I think she speaks good enough English that she can, character work wise could be fine. Masquerade Dorada, that's the one where it's like, good wrestler, but he's probably going to be more like an ROH guy or, come on in. And Tony Khan loves the luchadors. And so he can come and have some matches. I think Hechicero also technically got signed to AEW. I thought he was already signed because he's been on TV so much and he's been a part of the Don Callis family. So, like I said, a lot of contracts being signed up, a lot of movement in terms of
For how
some
many
names.
we looked a couple years ago? How many people are are under contract? How many wrestlers do they have under contract right now?
Well, if you include ROH, I probably would say it's in the
Because
triple
it's
figures.
yeah, no, because it was like what it was like one something when we looked a couple years ago. I think that was even before he acquired Ring of Honor. Yeah.
Let's see. Is there a let's see, list of all AEW personnel? Is there a I
Is there a
don't know if there's
tally? Is there a
I was
number?
gonna say, is there like a way I can find this out? I don't think I can. That's a lot.
There's a lot.
Anyways, it's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. We can't get a number for our fans. We can't get a number for these adoring fans. See how many people are signed to.
Google AI tells me it's nearing 200 wrestlers, but how much is that actually now?
Okay, as of
And if you include ROH, it's 220.
really,
That's what
we're
Google
looking
AI
at
says, but
two
can't.
completely different figures. It said that as of late 2025, 111 active wrestlers, 88 men, 23 women. Does that check out?
Actually,
Does that check out? It may check out. Current roster. Yeah, I mean that may check out because they have like all the personnel and all that other stuff. So 111 that may be the number. Griff Garrison is still signed over here. Karen Jarrett still has a contract. I'm just looking at all these people I haven't seen on there in hella long or etc. Yeah, it's Pat Buck. Oh yeah, I mean he's a producer, of course. Yeah, no, there's still a lot of people. Still a lot of people over here, man.
All right, I did a copy and paste, and I think this was just the wrestlers themselves. And I can't other honor personnel. Okay, so it might
Yeah,
be a
no,
little bit
I think
less.
111 might be
I
the
did well.
number.
I did a copy and paste, and this also includes like ROH people. I think, or some sort of ROH people, because I did a copy paste from the Wikipedia just onto a Google sheet. I got 187 people.
Is that including like backstage
Some
personnel
people,
and all that other stuff?
not no. If we add all those, it doesn't include referees, doesn't include commentators.
It doesn't include backstage
These
interviewers
are
or anything?
these are just wrestlers, and then this also includes people who are hurt.
Oh, well, there we go. There's your number, ladies and gentlemen. There's your number.
This also includes Brody Lee Jr., which I don't know if that's
I okay, 185 then. Yeah.
negative. Shout out -1.
Yes, of course. Um, so moving on from that, Nick Nemeth resigns with TNA.
He's still the Money in the Bank holder, whatever that thing's called.
Whatever case that thing is, yeah. And then how that would have been such a thing for Mike Santana to win, and then Nick just takes it from him. That would have been hilarious.
Would have been a tough look. Um,
Oh
I
man,
mean, he
maybe
said he was
Vince.
going to do it leading up to the show, but he ended up not doing it. We just signed off. Happy Santana. And then some other news: the Inspiration they lost their women's tag team titles
Bruh, bruh.
on Impact to the Elegance brand. And it seems like they are out the door and leaving
It's
TNA.
time. It's time to come back home. It's time. Iconic. It's time. I need that again.
I mean, it would make sense. I don't know why they would leave. I mean, I get it, leave TNA to then go to WWE, even though they are sister, they have working relationship between the two companies. You
It's
think they
not
would
the
just bring them in.
same, bro. It's not the same.
The, I mean, the tag division, women's tag division is kind of like the healthiest it's almost ever been. It's almost like
So let's throw the icon. Look,
it's
think about
almost
it,
too
man.
strong. There's like too much star power
You
almost
got
on the.
living. You got living Roxanne. You got the Kabuki Warriors. You got Bailey and Lyra. Alexa and Charlotte are still out there. Lash and Nia are still out there, brother. Let's throw the Iconics in the mix and let's do the damn thing.
I mean, if they're gonna pick one or the other, I think they're definitely much more of a WWE act than a AEW act because now they have women's tag team championships now too, and they get much more, much more whatever you call it, stuff to do. I think if in WWE, or maybe they just, they were retired for a little bit, had kids, came back to wrestling, and maybe they've kind of scratched that itch and are kind of done. So we'll see.
We shall see. SmackDown. Drew McIntyre is the WWE champion. Three stages of hell happened. Low blow, Claymore in the first stage, for Drew to beat Cody. Falls count anywhere. Cody gets the fall. We go to the steel cage match. They're going. Drew's about to crawl out. A hooded figure comes out of nowhere. It's Jacob Fatu. Big Oos is back, and he's attacking Drew McIntyre. Drew's trying to climb out the cage. Jacob gets a hold of him. Cody's, hey, man, what are you doing? Then Jacob is attacking Cody while they're throwing punches. Drew crawls out. Drew McIntyre escapes. He is the new WWE champion. They pulled the trigger. They did it. Because if Drew didn't win here, brother would have been. Drew was great, but my guy would have been dead in the water. I feel like if he did not win here. And Drew McIntyre has been this. See, this is why Drew McIntyre needed the WWE championship. He has been. I've been seeing all the stuff they've been doing online. He's been trolling Cody. He's been having a blast with. He brought the title back home to Glasgow. Hell, they ran a triple threat at one of the live events. Ilya, Drew, and Nakamura for the title. Oh, that was nasty. That was nasty. But what are your thoughts on Drew McIntyre winning the WWE Championship?
I agree that it was kind of like now or never for Drew because he just had so many chances and he just kept losing and losing and losing that it's kind of
We're going to
hard
talk
to
about another guy on Monday that may need to do that too.
where it was kind of hard for him to finally, he kind of like needed to win almost, but then it's like Cody, do you just want to keep the ball rolling with him? Um, there's reports that maybe like WrestleMania plans are kind of up in the air at this point, and I agree. Like I don't really see like a true WrestleMania main event that seems like a big deal. I mean, there's talks of Roman and Cody, but you would think if it was going to be for the title, you'd want Cody to kind of hold the title for a little bit before WrestleMania.
We can do that in next year's in Saudi Arabia. We can do that in 2028 when they're back here in the States.
I mean, we do have the tournament going on. It is Royal
Yes.
Rumble is in Saudi Arabia. There's,
Bro, is it me
maybe.
or have they not been talking about the Royal Rumble?
I mean, we're 2 weeks away, and it is kind of weird that
Yeah,
like there's no like official entrance. There's no like
yeah,
talks of.
because like what was it leading up to the to last year's Royal Rumble? Punk was talking about it in November of 2024. Like, what are we doing? We're just not talking about the Royal Rumble.
I mean, I would assume that either on this SmackDown or next week on Raw, we definitely start ramping it up because you would think like Gunther is kind of a favorite to do it. Maybe Cody gets in the mix because he can't go
Yeah, well
and face Drew because of the tournament.
that's another thing. Yeah, so we have the tournament going on. It's uh four singles matches. The winners of those singles matches will advance to a fatal four-way at Saturday night's main event, and the winner of that faces Drew McIntyre in Saudi Arabia for the WWE Championship. Now,
And where's Saturday Night's main event taking place in, Philip?
it's uh it's in it's in Canada, right?
Yeah, and who's in this match? Who's also from Canada?
Oh, Sami Zayn.
And who has some ties to the Middle East? That would be very over in Saudi Arabia.
Sami Zayn. Could we see a world? Could we see? Hear me out. Sammy wins the because Sammy, I mean, he started off last year talking about wanting to be a world champion, didn't happen, and then he did it this year. But he said like I know you guys are sick of hearing me say it. I'm sick of saying it. So this year I have to do it. Could we see a world where Sami Zayn goes to wrestle Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble, loses, goes to the Royal Rumble, wins the Royal Rumble match, and then we go to Las Vegas, Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship?
That could be a possibility. My thinking is maybe he loses at the Royal Rumble, then we run it back next year, and he gets his title shot at WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, so you can kind of have like
Nah,
that big happy ending. Because if it's going to be 2 nights, I mean, a Sami Zayn title win at the end of night one would probably make a lot of sense.
why can't we do it this year? What's
Because
to
of
say
Triple
we
H booking, you got to kick the can down the road, brother.
let's say we can't do it this year? And then what's to say? Like, then there are people who think Cody will still be the defending champion walking in to WrestleMania, which I think Cody trying to find an avenue to WrestleMania is interesting. It's John Cena esque because Cena has done that multiple times. Like, Cody tries to win the Royal Rumble. You think he's done it? He's gonna do it for a three-time. He's gonna tie the record. Nope. Oh my god, I got to win the Elimination Chamber. Loses the Elimination Chamber. Could we go? Could we go to WrestleMania with a Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes? Because look at it like this: when they did Cody and Roman, obviously the majority of the story was Cody. I have to finish the story. I have to win the title for my dad. They did talk about their legacies, both gentlemen. But Jacob has a legacy of his own. I mean, the son of the Tonga kid. His dad is the youngest athlete to ever compete inside Madison Square Garden. There's a legacy factor there that we could touch on. It's different from the it's of the same bloodline, but it is different from the Roman aspect. What if we did something like that? Just straight up. Cody Rhodes, the guy that dominated WrestleMania for the past like 4 years, going up against the guy that is next up in Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, I mean, I think Fatu is an interesting aspect of this that people are overlooking a little bit just because like he's the reason the match ended the way it did. And from a psychology
Well,
perspective, I don't know if it, made a lot of sense for, Jacob to go after Cody and
we don't know
completely
yet.
ignore Drew.
We don't know yet. We don't know
We
yet.
don't know yet.
I mean,
But
Jake was he was so hot at all of it that you put your hands on me, bro. That's what was going on, but we don't know yet. We'll have to see. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot
people are
of
speculating that this could be like maybe not a Cody heel turn, but like you said, maybe a Cody character change that maybe leads to a heel turn later on
kids
down the road.
desperate. Yeah, I mean, uh, Yeah, like I mean, this is interesting, man, because you got the 8 guys in those those matches that's going to lead to the four-way. You have Cody and Jacob. There are 10 guys that can challenge for the WWE Championship. That makes this exciting. And then you get to Royal Rumble, and then you can tell stories there. And then like you have to think about all the other factors of the Royal Rumble on the other side, like Ron Breaker and LA Knights should come back, and then any member of the Vision, and then what's going to happen with Judgment Day in the Royal Rumble. There's a lot that can be happening here. I wish we would talk about the Royal Rumble. Is it
I
is it
kind of
me?
forget. Like honestly, I completely forget the Royal Rumble's so close.
Is it me or is it you remember like when the Saudi deal originally started? Like it just be kind of business, and then oh yeah, we have to go to Saudi Arabia, and then they do it, and then they just come back, and it's like it never happened. Does it kind of feel like that again?
I mean, maybe. I mean, it kind of feels like they don't want to talk about the Royal Rumble a little bit. I mean, they're not like I don't know. It's weird, and they still have
No,
to
bro.
deal with this at
If this
WrestleMania next year.
if the Royal Rumble was in the States, we would have been talking about it. I'm gonna say it here. We would have been talking about this.
I mean, I mean, they had the. I think it's just because it's timing because they had the Netflix show, the anniversary show with Punk and Breaker. But then you would think, we talk about the Royal Rumble and then we face the winner of that brawl, that Breaker Punk match. So it's like there's a lot of stuff going on, and then just I feel like I said, next week the dust will settle, and then like we'll finally start going towards the Royal Rumble. And then there's also that Saturday's
No.
main event in the middle of it, so it's
Yeah.
like there's a lot of
When is that? Is
stuff
that
going
next
on.
week? Is that
I mean, it has to be because Royal Rumble's in 2 weeks.
okay? A quick thing. What are your top five Royal Rumble matches?
Matches.
Royal Rumble
Uh,
matches. They don't have to be in a specific order. Just like the top five that come to your mind.
we're talking just the strict 30-man ones, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, obviously,
I mean, look,
92. Now, obviously, 92 has to be in there because it's like, the first
yes,
like modern great Mania
modern
match.
classic Rumble. Yes.
2001. I love that one.
I mean, if you love the 2011 one, bro, then you can say it.
I don't. I mean, there's a soft spot in my heart, but that was a terrible one. I mean, there was the point where like CM Punk was like talking crap, and I'm like, oh, that guy with like the long hair, like talking crap with an armband. I'm like, that guy looks kind of cool. I kind of like that guy.
Big Daddy Cool came back in that one.
I think Booker T was also there. I don't know.
Yeah. So you said 92,
92,
2001.
2001. Was it the was it, like 2007? The one where like Taker and Shawn just like had a match within the match.
Yeah.
I like that one. Um, like a modern one. I'm trying
You
to
don't
think
have
like a
to.
modern one that really like stands out. I mean, honestly, like the women's matches, I think have been pretty fun.
Yeah. What woman's Rumble did you like? Huh?
Probably the first one, even
The
though I think we
20.
kind of thought like a foregone conclusion that Asuka was going to win that one, but I
Nobody
just
was ready for her.
I kind of did like just all
That's four.
the women's coming back, and
Four.
then uh, so they all kind of like run together. I'm trying to
They
like think
do.
of.
They do. Here,
Mm,
I'll throw mine out there. They're just coming to mind. 92, obviously, for obvious reasons. Oh seven, because of the match. Oh eight, because of the Cena return, which was bonkers. Um, the 2020 Royal Rumble was really good. It was just a good Rumble. With Drew winning and the element of Drew and Brock, and then obviously Edge comes back and just which the fact that that's 6 years ago is crazy. And then I think the 2024 one, just the cinema of I guess we know now Cody wasn't supposed to be pointing at Roman, and just that like no, I want you, like just all that, and just Roman with the vigor, like you can't have me, just great work, man. So those are the ones that come to mind for me. Yeah. Keeping on with SmackDown, Jordan Grace beats Alba Fire. Then Jade Cargill comes out there and says, "You think you did something? You ain't do nothing because I'm that B." What do you think about the way they've been brought up? Like, not there wasn't a draft, there wasn't a superstar shakeup. It's just, hey, our NXT contracts are expiring, and we'd like to move on to the next thing. let's go talk to these employers from Raw and SmackDown, and let's see who has the better offer.
I think I like it a little bit better just because it kind of gives the wrestlers themselves a little more gravitas and a little more power instead of just them, being thrown into a draft. And then also, when there's a draft, there's going to be like a ranking system. So if like, someone gets picked in like the ninth round, there's going to be like, oh, okay, if they're picked in the ninth round, who really cares about them? But you can make them kind of more of a focal point. I'm a little worried about Grace just getting kind of thrown right into the mix with Cargill because I think she's just going to be kind of fodder for Cargill. And I mean, you know me, I've been talking about Jordan Grace for like 6 years now, 7 years now, when she was in that Royal Rumble, that Battle
All,
Royal against in All In.
all
But
in, yeah. I mean, on all seriousness, to see her go from that to this, it's awesome. Happy for her. See her evolution from all the stuff she did in TNA Impact to doing what she's doing now. This is great to see. Let's see her go to work, man. Let's see what she can do, man. Um,
but you even look at what she did at NXT, like she wasn't really a focal point there either. So it's almost
yeah.
like I feel like they don't see her as that person.
Am I? I know I've said this before, but am I? What happened to the days of like you go to NXT, you hold the title for a significant amount of time, you lose it, then you just get called up, and we just don't do that anymore. Because I would have loved to see Javon Evans have a run with the North American or the NXT title. I would have loved to see Jordan Grace have a run with the NXT Women's Championship.
I don't know. I mean, I would say NXT is, now on broadcast television, but then you would think you'd give it to like you give those championships to the most talented people. And I mean, that the men's title has been kind of held up with Obafemi, Trick Williams, Ricky Saints a little bit, and those are all very talented people. So it's kind of hard to get into the mix on that front. Women's side, I mean, I think the women's side is maybe a little stronger overall than the men's side, but I think at the top of the division, I think Jordan Grace definitely should have been in that mix and been the champion one time.
Jordan Grace have just come up and beat Chelsea Green for the U.S. title because they gave it back to Julia. Um, and bro, is Julia just not connecting?
I don't know. I mean, I think the way Julia
'Cause, I mean, if you
connects is like just having really good matches, and it's kind of hard to do that in WWE.
Because I mean, if you look, I mean, like her and Stephanie Vaquer, it's night and day. Like, did you hear the pop that happened when Stephanie Vaquer came out there just for her little segment on Raw?
I mean, it's kind of hard to explain. I just think like Stephanie has a little bit more of a
Aura.
I hate to say the word because it's so overused now, but like she
It
just
is.
has
It
like
is.
a
It is.
straightforward, like kind of cool character factor. While Julia,
She has
like
the it factor.
I just don't really feel that Julia has like something. Like I think she has it when she's like the top woman. Like if you saw her, in Stardom over in Japan, like when she's like the girl and she's out there having kick-ass matches and she's just like a killer. Like if you put Julia like in the Asuka spot, then I think she could thrive, but she wasn't put in that
I
spot,
I
so it's
did
hard for
hear.
her to do that.
Shout out to the guys of the Before the Bell podcast, CT and all them. I did hear like what like this one guy mentioned like what if she had a catchphrase, kind of like Oscar had because like Oscar, she I mean she couldn't really speak English, but nobody's ready for Oscar. We understood that we obviously knew what it meant because we saw the work that she was doing. Do you think a catchphrase but that would help? Or I also heard them say like what if Nakamura just got a stable and just added her to the stable and mentored her to be a killer.
I think it just comes down to her greatest strength is not being showcased that much, which is her wrestling. And, no disrespect to the women she's worked with, but like Chelsea Green, Zelina Vega, like they're not going to go out there and they're not going to be given time to have like these kick-ass matches. Like Hikaru Shida in AEW, like she was able to, I think she's kind of in a similar boat to where like her character work is fine, but her real strength is wrestling. She went out there to have really good matches in AEW, and she was able to get over. Just in WWE, you're not allowed to do stuff like that, unfortunately.
I mean, yeah, what do you mean? This isn't 2004.
She's the mid card champion in the mid card women's division.
Yeah.
She's not out there. I mean, what was the match they just had like for the championship? That match was like under 5 minutes.
I mean, what is it? Is I mean, because if you look at the mid card side on the other show, they're doing something.
Yeah, because they have so many stars.
Yeah, like because I just Maxine was elevated by winning the Intercontinental Championship. Julia, this is her second time with the title. I don't feel like she's been elevated at all. Or do they need somebody of a Becky Lynch caliber on SmackDown to get that going with that championship?
I mean, the story is more about Chelsea, I think, that it is about Julia. It's more just like, Chelsea doing her shtick and just Julia and, Kiana James just happens to be the people in the room around her. So it's not Julia's not even like and she's not even talking. Kiana's the one talking, like bouncing off of Chelsea and doing all that stuff.
But I'm saying, like, do they need somebody of like a Becky Lynch caliber to go over there to SmackDown and mess with that U.S. title to bring some gravitas to it and to elevate the people in and around it?
I mean, possibly. I mean, you look at the Raw roster. There's so many. There's so much more, higher end women's talent on that side than SmackDown. Like on SmackDown, and they're all kind of like on the tag division. It's
Yeah,
Charlotte, Alexa, Nia, those people
yeah.
that have been around and are stars. Like none of them are in that secondary championship division.
We'll see. Only time will tell. Trick Willie steps up to Randy Orton. Um, Hey man, that boy Trick Willie going out there with the Viper. Right? I was like, okay, okay, I like that. I like that. They get into a little scuffle. Hits the apron or the hanging DDT. Miz comes out there, eats an RKO.
Yeah, I mean, solid segment. I still feel Trick is better as that baby face, but they're sticking with him as that heel.
I I think the TNA run helped him,
And yeah, and Randy showed him some respect. They were able to bounce off each other quite well. I
bro.
think a Randy Orton Cody match is still a possibility for WrestleMania. So
Possibly.
maybe
What if,
Trick has to lose to Randy, but I would really want
they're in
Trick
the
to.
they're in the match together, huh?
Yeah, so
Or can we
I don't
pull
know
up
what
those
they're doing with
matches?
Trick. What match?
The fatal four the singles matches that leads to the fatal four way for the title. Because I know Solo's in there. Solo and Damian Priest are in there, right? Damian Priest, we really didn't even talk about that. He finally gets rid of Aleister Black. Their feud is done. Um yeah. You got
So
those
it's
matches.
Randy Orton against The Miz, Priest
Okay.
against Solo, Sami
Okay.
Zayn and Ilya Dragunov, and then Matt Cardona and Trick Williams.
Yeah, I'm
So
all right, all right. Matt Cardona. And see, and then there's a lot of like Matt Cardona came back. Like, I want the WWE Championship. It's the one title I never won. Randy wants to be a 15-time champion. Sammy wants to win the world title. Damian Priest, he was a world champion. He wants to get back to that. What happened is behind me. I need to get back to that. Solo, he's been in title matches. He never won the big one. There's a lot going on here. And then with the Ilya and Sammy, Ilya took the US title off of Sammy. There's a lot there, man.
yeah, I mean, spoiler alert, while we're doing this, I think the show is currently going on because it's in London right now. But
Oh wow, is it?
yeah, it is. So
Well, spoiler alert.
some
Let's see what's
spoilers
going
are coming
on.
out right now. Probably I haven't checked Twitter. But
Let's check Twitter, guys. Let's
what should
see
we
what's
call it?
happening.
I mean, Cardona getting thrown in there. I think Trick wins. Sami Zayn and Ilya. As much as I think that would be a really good match, I think Sami Zayn will win. Priest and Solo, could go either which way. If you just want to have another heel in there, then I would not be shocked if Solo wins. But Priest just to get that win against Aleister Black, but maybe Aleister Black is involved, and that costs Damian Priest and Solo ends up winning. Then Randy Orton Miz. I mean, it has to be
I
Randy Orton.
I would yeah, I think the wide six come out there and call Solo.
That's the match that's probably going to be a crap finish. If I won't be shocked if all four of them. Well, maybe not Sammy and Ilya, but I think the other three matches, I would not be shocked if there's some sort of chicanery involved in those matches.
Not chicanery. Not chicanery. Okay, so here, this is something. Drew McIntyre reveals he added a clause in the match that Cody cannot get a rematch for the title. So
which would make sense because if you're trying to build up Cody and maybe he goes into the Rumble and then goes after the world title. I mean, Cody and CM Punk, that seems like a pretty big match. They've teased Punk and Gunther. Run it back from SummerSlam match could be good, but I don't know if that's really something that
Wait.
get a lot of umph behind it.
So we're talking about Julian Nia Jax have a confrontation on SmackDown. Oh, maybe that's the thing we need. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Um, yeah, SmackDown looks like it's popping off right now, but there's good stuff going. Let's keep moving on. Inside the ring, Jada Parker returns, confronts Blake Monroe. I'm interested to see that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the women's division is pretty stacked in NXT. Uh, Blake Monroe doesn't get her title back, even though she was supposed to win against Thea Hale. Unfortunately, Thea Hale, she's going through it. If you follow her on TikTok, she's just going through a big divorced dad phase right now.
Wait,
So
what?
sad. So sad. Thea Hale's just, in her feelings. She's just big divorced dad vibes right now. Just listen to a lot of early 2000s rock,
What
drinking Miller
happened to her?
Lights. She lost her championship.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh man,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, shout out Jada Parker, shout out Miss Parker. I mean, her and Blake Monroe. I keep asking for, non-title women's feuds, and we're getting some. So you just love to see
Yeah.
that.
Monday Night Raw. Let's kind of speed through some things. Punk and Balor. Finn Balor comes out there, calls his shot at CM Punk, and wants to do it next week in Ireland. Um, could the real Rock and Roller? Could he do the unthinkable here?
No, he's gonna lose. He's gonna put up a great fight. Crowd will be behind him.
How many times? How many times? Because like when he was wrestling Seth a couple years ago for like 5 months straight for that title, he could have won at least once. How many times are we going to do this to the real Rock and Roller?
If I can get into a hot tub time machine, I'd go back in time to the, SummerSlam. Was it 2016 or 2015?
Bro, 2016 is apparently back.
Apparently,
Have you seen this?
I wish 2016 was back.
Oh boy, I mean, the things that was before this podcast even started.
But I wish I can go back and catch Finn Balor from that buckle bomb and make sure he doesn't separate his shoulder. Because if he didn't, I'm not saying he'd be like, Roman Reigns, but I do feel he could have been something if he didn't get hurt in that match. But that was 10 years ago now at this point. And
Yeah,
Finn's not exactly, on his Nakamura stuff. Like, I think he still, like, gets up and, like, he has good tag matches with JD McDonough and all that stuff. And he'll probably be very motivated for this in Northern Ireland. It should be a really fun match, but I just think it's Punk for the win.
you remember when he went back to NXT and he was the Prince again, and it was cool, and he was doing. Can we just get that on here?
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if we just kind of, not retcon, but we just go back in time and Finn Balor just comes out and he's like babyface Balor and, he's all cool
Balor
and
Club.
stuff. I mean, he's going to get cheered. I don't know if Punk's going to get booed per se. I mean, it's probably gonna be a thing where they both get cheered in the entrances, but then when they go back and forth, the crowd's gonna cheer Balor over Punk.
Yeah, yeah. Braun Breaker gets suspended indefinitely. He's attacking everybody. He's putting his hands on Pierce. Him and Pierce coming nose to nose, and just like there's slobber, there's anger, there's vigor. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, I thought it was a good segment. Braun Breaker, I think the best thing he has in terms of his upside is just his intensity that he carries, and that was a Steiner classic, and I think he's very good. And I really did like the follow up in the hallway with Pierce and Heyman, where Heyman was like, "Yeah, you messed up, Pierce, because you touched your hands on Breaker first," which then is going to lead to obviously a legal loophole, and Braun's not going to be suspended. He'll probably be in the Royal Rumble and blah blah blah. But
I think
I,
just bring him back in the Rumble, bro. Who
yeah,
cares?
but I thought that was just a great little tease to like cap off the segment of just like, yeah, Breaker's in trouble right now, but Paul is going to get his boy out of this because technically Pierce did put his hands on Breaker first.
Yeah. Paul Heyman is not a litigator, but he comes off across like one. Yes. Gunther defeats AJ Styles. Gunther apparently tapped. AJ thought the ref saw it. Nope. Low blow. Power bomb. 1, 2, 3.
Cheeky little finish from Gunther there.
Well, Gunther's
Innovative.
a cheeky little bastard.
He is. Who knows
Gunther,
if
please don't come for me. I did not mean to say that. Please, I'm sorry.
if he meant to do that or if that was just a happy coincidence he happened to tap away from the referee. But maybe this leads to it's
Well,
probably gonna be
yeah,
like
I
a
mean,
sub storyline in the Rumble. They're
you
kind of
tap
setting
out,
things up.
you tap out where the ref can't see it, so the guy takes the hold off, and that gives you enough time to kind of recuperate a little bit and do what he did.
And what a great sport from AJ. Relinquishing the hold as soon as he gets a tap out.
Well, that's why he's phenomenal, bro. That's why he's phenomenal.
And also shout out to AJ for traveling from where were they? Germany all the way to Texas for the TNA show.
Yes, big pop for him walking out to that TNA music. I know he doesn't like it, but it brings back childhood memories for the kid. Raquel Rodriguez attacks Stephanie Vaquer, lays her out, breaks the women's world championship over her boot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think.
Is it time for Big Mommy Cool to be the world champion?
No, I mean, I think this is just like a typical title match at Royal Rumble to where you
Oh,
can, you have a contender who's not exactly a favorite to win the Royal Rumble, so you can get her off. It's not going to be a negative in the Royal Rumble match to have her off of it. They can have a decent little match. They go like 10 minutes. Stephanie limps her way through it, and she ends up getting the victory. I think that's kind of just all this is, to be honest. But I think they built up Raquel and kind of that dynamic within the Judgment Day of Raquel going after her titles, and then Stephanie, Liv and Roxanne, too many R's, going after the tag titles, and then that then led to Finn get a fire to go after the world title.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Uh, Dom, he should be back soon, right? I know he had a little shoulder situation.
Hopefully, maybe he'll be a Royal Rumble surprise.
Of
Even though
course.
it's kind of hard to be a surprise when you've only been gone for like a month.
All right, and then a month is a long time in the world of sports entertainment, brother. Liv and Roxanne are the number one contenders for the women's tag team championships. Bro, I've heard people aren't feeling Rio. How do you feel? People feel like Rhea Ripley should have just went away and not been on TV if they were going to do this.
I mean, it's one of those things where they're two of the top women faces of the company, and you're putting them together, which is a lot of star power, but then you can maybe use them better in a singles route than in the tag division. But it is elevating the tag division as a whole because there's a lot of people in there. Um, I don't know. I mean, it is kind of weird. I think they have like some chemistry, but it's not. I mean, people are very much comparing this like Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa. It's not so over the top like their chemistry is, but I don't know. It is kind of an odd dynamic. They're just kind of like, they're friends, but they feel like two stars together than like an actual tag team.
I see. I see. I see. I see. Yeah. The AEW of it all, bro.
We had
What
Maximum
is
Carnage.
what is going on with Darby Allin? Why, brother? Why
He,
would you take
he's taking a belly to belly suplex on two
why?
steps
Why?
in the opening match.
Why,
It looked
brother?
nasty.
I know this is what you do. Like Jeff Hardy didn't even do this much great. Darby, I want you to live for tomorrow, bruh. On some real shit. I want you to be able to. I mean, you can keep going because this is what you do, but like, I want you to be able to have a nice quality of life, my guy. Like, what was your reaction when you saw this?
It was I mean, props to Darby. I feel like he took that as good as he could have. He landed straight on his back onto the stairs instead of, if you
Oh,
haven't seen it, go look it up. He didn't land on his head on the floor. He landed like strictly on the, like, that's, I think one thing that's overlooked is like Darby takes these insane bumps almost every single time. He takes them pretty well. They go as bad, as
yeah.
good as they can. Like he lands pretty much in the right spot. But yeah, like I get it. Like this match was built up a little bit and there's a story behind it, but, um, I mean, I even saw a quote somewhere where like Darby doesn't like guys who do 1,000 moves in one match, but Darby does one move, he makes it count. I mean, he does like 1,000 moves in one move in terms of the damage he takes on his body, and
Brother.
Darby ended up beating Pac in the opening match. Good match. So the story was that Darby finally beat every member of the Death Riders, People were speculating maybe this would have set up a babyface turn for John Moxley, but no angle, no like attack on Darby, no nothing like that. So who knows what's going on with the Death Riders in terms of Moxley and their dynamic, but yeah, just opening, good solid opening stuff here. Hangman had a match, defeated Brian Keith, and there was a promo afterwards with him, Swerve and Omega.
BK,
Was that?
BK, Brian Keith, that's my guy.
Yeah, he's lost. There's no learning tree for him now, unfortunately.
Yeah, dude, we didn't talk about it. Adam Pearce said break the walls down on like he does his social media videos
And
before
then
the
Jericho just never showed up.
yeah.
It's kind of one of those things where it's like WWE does. It's like, oh, we fooled you guys. You guys thought you were gonna get something, but you didn't get it, even though we told you it was gonna come. And it's like you're not fooling us. You're just lying. There's like that's two. There's swerves and there's just lying, and that's
Well,
just lying.
WWE didn't do it. Pierce did it on his own accord. That's completely different.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. But yeah,
But
so then
yeah,
Hangman, Swerve, and Omega cut a promo. Omega talking about how he needs to get some wins together before he chases the champion. So he's going to face, I think, Josh Alexander next week on Dynamite. Also, tickets have been purchased for Revolution, so your boy will be going to Revolution down in LA. So we'll see what the main event will be for that.
You just got tickets and didn't tell me.
I did get tickets. You want to go? I got some decent, tickets for like $60 at AEW. Face value too.
I'll talk to
And
the
also
higher.
WrestleMania, not tickets, but WrestleMania plans have been put in place.
Well, of course, I just came back from Vegas this weekend, ladies and gentlemen.
And
So
how's
what?
how's the town?
Um, Vegas is Vegas. The scene has been set for all the wrestling chicanery that will happen WrestleMania weekend. We hope that all of you listening near and far can go to Las Vegas for WrestleMania weekend and experience the granddaddy of them all. But nonetheless, I hope you guys do get to go to Revolution in LA and experience that as well.
So yeah, Hangman, Swerve, and Omega, they cut a promo pretty quick, not quick, but it just kind of was straightforward. Whole lot of nothing. Number one contenders for the men's tag division, Mark Davis and Jake Doyle, won a four-way match in that front, so they're going to face FTR down the line.
Who
Don't
the
know
fuck are these
exactly.
guys?
Well, Mark Davis was a part of United Empire with Kyle Fletcher, but Kyle Fletcher's doing bigger, better things. Jake Doyle, I'm going to admit, not very familiar with his game. So, but he's the new tag. They're the new tag team for the Don Callis family. So they're going to go on up against FTR. Kind of weird, like a heel matchup. Don't know if that's just going to be a TV match. Edge and Christian, or sorry, Copeland and Christian are still out there in the ether.
Are they?
Apparently, I mean they haven't been on TV forever. I think they're going to come back eventually to go after FTR, but who
Isn't
knows
Edge
when.
filming a movie?
That's what I'm saying. Who knows when the hell that's? I mean, they
And
left
then
like 4 months ago. This has been a while.
and then I hear what is it? Wrestle Dream is in Toronto this year or something like that.
Probably. No. I did see that ROH and Maple Leaf Pro are doing some sort of collab show in Ontario. So shout out those guys. Shout out Canada. Even though screw you guys, you know what I'm saying?
Whoa, 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 whoa!
I shouted him out. I gave him love before I buried
Shout
him.
out to my one of the kids on my team, Agam. He's from Canada. He walked out to Drake last night. He got the Dubski. The Canadian power is live and well, bro.
Then
That's
main
the
event
real
time.
Canadian Stampede.
Yeah, well, I did watch. I did have Canadian Stampede, the tag match in the background yesterday because I was, just threw some on. Now that the Peacock and the network is dead, WWE YouTube channel or the Vault channel be putting on like just live streams all consistently. So I just put that on, put it on mute. Played some records, and they had the Notorious.
That's right. You have a record player. That's right.
I do have a record play. I was playing Purple Rain yesterday.
Purple Rain.
It's
Don't get me
having a
started.
TikTok. It's having a TikTok moment right now because of Stranger Things. But yeah.
Don't get me started. Maxwell Jacob Friedman defeated Bandito. Am I right?
Yeah, he did in the main event. They didn't really play up the fact it was a champion versus champion match, which was kind of weird because they play up ROH sometimes, but they don't play it up some other times. MJF showed some respect to Bandito before taking him to Dick Kick City and beating him down. So
This is for the title, right?
it was for the title because he won that little diamond ring that it used to be, you had to face MJF for the ring, but then he just got the ring, but then he gets the championship title match. It's a whole thing. At the end of the day, match was good. I don't know if this sets up future matches between the two, but yeah. So MJF gets the win. Like I said, I don't know where they go for Revolution in I don't know how many weeks is that, like 7 weeks, 6 weeks from now, middle of March. Um, Swerve, Hangman, and Omega are throwing their hats in the ring, but I don't know if they're going to do another multi-person match on that front.
I would assume you just do a triple threat with those guys, and winner faces Maxwell at Revolution.
Yeah, I mean, I think Omega and MJF makes a lot of sense if you're just gonna like, I don't know who's like the end all be all because Tony Khan does like planning these things out in terms of like titles and champions. So I don't know who MJF would lose the title to. I don't think it's Omega at this point, but they can have a good match.
Yeah. Does he still do Battle of the Belts? Is that still a thing?
I don't know. Let's see. When's the last time AEW done Battle of the Belts? No,
I'm
because
looking.
wasn't that like their Clash of Champions gimmick?
Yeah.
The last one they did was the 12th edition, and that was October 17th, 2024, live from Stockton, California.
I think I was there for that.
Shout out Stockton. Mariah May took on Anna Jay in the main
Yeah,
event.
I was in the building for that. Yeah, no
They're
doubt.
coming back around, I think soon, and WWE tickets went on sale the week before WrestleMania.
Yeah. The WWE, the last TV stops before WrestleMania will be in the Bay Area, San Jose, and then of course over in Sacramento, and then AEW is coming to Sacramento and Stockton. So wrestling's coming around, guys. Make sure you go check it out, please. That is going to do it for us here. You can follow us on Twitter at BullyCast, Instagram the BullyCast, YouTube channel BullyCast. Email us, please. Email us. We haven't had fan mail in a long time. BullyCast 2 sweet is in the number 2 sweet as WET at gmail.com. Listen to Curveballs and Chair Shots.
Dominic's absolutely on fire. He went 6-0 on his football picks last week.
Hello, look at him. The Niners beat the Eagles last week, right? Was that last week?
Yeah, and then they got to face on another bird team, the Seahawks.
Okay. I'm proud of the Niners for beating the
I mean, I
Philadelphia.
know I know the Tongans and Samoans love their Niners.
They do. It's real bang bang Niner gang, bro. Like you have no idea. I don't watch football, but I'm like, yeah, Niners, just so no super kicks or like chairs or like plates of food are thrown at me, etc. Yes, I'm proud of the Niners for beating Philadelphia after what happened to my tribal chief in their stadium. Yes, go watch wrestling, guys. Go to shows, go experience that. Oasis Pro presents New Era February 6th because it's a new era of Oasis. That's happening in 3 weeks. You don't want to miss that. We have a new Oasis Pro champion. Shout out Shima. And all that other good fun stuff. Thank you guys so much. As always, be safe and stay dangerous. Yes, sir.